So here we are going to look at this cubic function. I have drawn the cubic function. This is the same question which we did in class. Since we have to find the equation of this cubic function, we know that a cubic function general shape is like that, yeah, if it is a positive one and leading coefficient is positive. We know the general form of it is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. We write that. And then we try to locate points on this curve. 4 of them we need for a cubic function. So I have one point here, which is negative 3 comma 0. That's the convenient point. That's it. Because we get a 0 there. You could choose point anywhere on this curve. The second point what I can see is here, which is minus 1 comma 0. Then I have a 0 comma negative 6, and finally I have a 2 comma 0 here. Of these 4 points, we know we prefer using this particular point because we have a 0 there. So I'm going to first say that 0 comma negative 6 lies on it. So which means your x is 0 and y is negative 6. That is f of x is negative 6. So x is 0 and y is negative 6. So into this my basic function, I'm going to replace f of x, that is y, by negative 6 and x by 0. So ax cubed becomes a into 0 cubed, 0. Bx square becomes b into 0, becomes 0. C into 0 plus d is equal to my f of x, y. Y is negative 6. So equal to negative 6. So d is equal to negative 6. So when I rewrite my function, it's going to be y is equal to, this is my original function. But I'm going to replace d with its value now minus 6. So my question is changed like this. Now we have the first point, which is negative 3 comma 0. So negative 3 comma 0, when you say, we say x is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to 0. I replace x by negative 3 and y by 0 into that. Simplify. This is the equation I get. And it's all divisible by 3, so I get it like that. So that's the first equation. Then pick up the second point, get the second equation. Pick up the third point, get the third equation. So if you look at this, we have 3 equations. We know how to solve it algebraically. So algebraically, we know how to solve it. What I'm going to show is, so you can solve this algebraically, get the answer. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do it on the calculator. You can solve it using simultaneous equations. You can also solve it by regression, which we did in class, the cubic regression. What we did was quadratic regression. Instead of that, if you press the cubic regression, you can do it on the calculator using that as well. So the first method is you turn on your calculator, home button. From home button, on home button, you will press 1, that opens up a new document. Since I have already a document, it's asking whether do you want to save the unsaved document. I'm going to say no, I don't want to save it. So I press that, so it goes away. Then we are going to do it on the calculator page. So I enter 1. That's calculator page. Then you go to menu, go down to algebra. Algebra, you see, option 3 is algebra. Click on that. Option 2 is solve system of linear equations. So if I press 2, I'll get solve system of equations. Now, how many equations do we have? Look at that. We have 3 equations. So I'm going to say the number of equations should be 3. So I type in 3. And I need to come down to the next variables row. So I try to click there. Then XYZ came, but I don't want XYZ. I would like to get ABC. There is no harm if you do it in XYZ. You will have to type in everything in X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to change them into A, B, and C. So you see the A button here. So I press A, and then there is a comma. Then you press B, then there is a comma. Then there is a C, and then you go down to press OK. So it gives you this format, yeah? So into that, we are going to quickly type in these equations. The first one is here. Look at the question there, negative 9a. So the negative sign is this bracketed negative. Negative 9a, then you have plus 3b, 3 and b is from here, and then I have minus is this, minus you have c, then equal to button is under control. equal to 2, and then you go down to the second equation. Negative sign is the bracketed one. Negative a, then you have plus b minus c, then you have equal to, under control, is equal to 6. Then I go down to the third equation, which is 4a plus 2b, and then you have plus c is equal to 3. Once you do all the three equations, just press enter, it gives you the answer. Suppose it is a fraction answer, what you need to do is press Control Enter, that will give you the decimal answer. Control and Enter will give you decimal answers. So I have the answers as x is equal to, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, c is equal to -5, and d of course we already knew, so we're going to put that back into that and write the function. So my function would be 1x cubed. You don't have to necessarily write 1 plus 2x squared minus 5x and minus 6. I put the values of all that. So that's my answer. Now what I'm going to show is how do we use the regression instead of this. Like then I can avoid all these equations. Instead I can just pick up these 4 points and do it. Okay. So I'm going to show that as well. We did that in the while the lesson was being taught. So I go to home button, and this time I need the list. What is that called? This let me go there. Okay, so the list and spreadsheet. So you need to choose list and spreadsheet. You see I have chosen that, list and spreadsheet. So choose that. You should go up to A. On that you need to give it a name X. That's because I'm going to pick the x coordinates of all the points. See, these only the x coordinates. See, do you see what arrow mark I'm putting? X coordinates. So I go and give it a name, x coordinate. So x coordinate. You can just write x, or I'm going to say xc, showing x coordinate. Okay. Then I come down. So that's my xc, x coordinate. Come down to 1. Type in the x coordinates in order. -3, -1, 0 and 2. -3, enter. -1, enter. 0, enter. This is instead of the previous solving method. One of the two only you need to actually use it, whichever you are comfortable with. Then you go up there to B and label it as y coordinates. I'm going to say y and c. That's my y coordinate. YC is y coordinate. I should remember the name what I give. And then y coordinates are the second numbers, right? So you have 0. What are they? 0, 0 again, -6 and 0 again. 0. The next is 0 again. Then -6. And then I have 0 again. So I have the y coordinates done. Enter. Now what you do is you have to add a page. That's control. You look at this, control. You should say control and doc. That will give me another page. And this has to be the calculator page. So I'll say enter. 1. First option. 1. Enter. There I will go to menu again. Very simple. Go to menu. Go to statistics. And do you see the first option? Stat calculations, the first option. Choose that. And since this is cubic, look, this is cubic equation, not quadratic. It's what we did in class was all quadratic. This is cubic. So I should go down to cubic regression. You see cubic regression coming up? When we did questions on quadratic, we used quadratic regression, 6th option. But this is cubic equation. So cubic regression. Or rather just press 7. Okay, so that's cubic regression. So here they will ask for x list. So if I click at the center there, see, I can see xc, x coordinate. Choose that. Then when I go to the next one, y, click that center button, you can choose
So
Y. I put in the X list, I put XC. Now I need to choose Y list, which is YC. So YC I choose because that's the name we gave. That's it. Okay. Then I just have to come down and press enter. That's it. Just press enter. Okay. So do you see these values being given there? A is 1. Your equation is supposed to be ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d. So I'm going to write that here. So they say it is ax cubed y is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. And look at the calculator for these a, b, c values. They say a is 1, so I make it 1x cubed. They say b is 2, so plus 2x squared. Then they say c is -5, -5x. And then they say d is -6. That's my answer. That's the same thing which I had when I did the equations. But what is the advantage of this? Here, if I had made any mistake in one of these equations, this answer would have been wrong also. But here, chances of making a mistake is less because at least you know the points. You know the 4 points. You can use the 4 points and use the regression method to get the equation directly. So I think it should be fine. One of the two methods, whichever is convenient and comfortable to you. Watch this video maybe 2 times, 3 times if you are unsure of anything, and everything should be good. Yeah? Yeah? I see you in school, guys. Yeah? Okay.